What's up guys, it's Mike for SimRacing604, and today I'm going to be talking to you about some of the more popular sim racing channels according to you. So I did a survey recently and asked you guys a whole bunch of questions, and over 300 of you were kind enough to take the time to fill it out, so thank you so much for that. But one of the questions was a write-in, actually, and asking you to name your favorite sim racing channels. So some of you wrote one name, some of you wrote like 20 names, and I'm thankful for all of it. It took a while to transcribe it, but I managed to get a list. So what I've done is there's going to be 5 channels off the top that got 10 or more votes, and then another 10 that got 5 or more votes. So we'll go through all those channels, and I want to just say off the top that please don't sim racing viewing to just these channels. You know, you could possibly consider these 15 channels to be sort of the essential or the most popular, at least, sim racing channels, but there's a whole lot out there. And by the way, most of what I subscribe to has probably 500 or less subscribers, and I advise you to do the same. There's a whole lot of really entertaining SimTubers with you know, not as many votes in this survey, or possibly not as many subscribers, but that doesn't mean they're entertaining. They're not entertaining, I should say. So if you stumble upon a great video or a great SimTuber, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Alright, let's get into it. So the first in the 10 or more votes category, of course, Jimmy Broadbent. Who else? Over 200,000 subscribers at this point. Jimmy is just a sensation. One of my favorite SimTubers. He's awesome. His live streams are fantastic. Great to see him having a lot of success in iRacing, and also a nice guy. I will reach out to him on occasion with a question, and he's always very kind in his response, and occasionally watches my videos and drops a comment as well, so that means a lot. He's definitely not sold out, so great to see Jimmy having so much success. Next up, the great Gamer Muscle. So Gamer Muscle, for those not aware, does these huge live streams, and I'm just blown away by it. He'll sometimes do a 4 or a 6 hour live stream, and he's entertaining the whole time. He's a really great presenter, and I'm a huge fan of his. You can catch me often in the chat to his sim racing live streams. Next up, Chris Hay. I often talk about this. You guys, if you follow me on social media, you probably heard me say that I consider fellow SimTubers and a lot of my subscribers to be friends I'll probably, unfortunately, never have the chance to meet. And Chris Hay is among them. He's a really nice guy, and it's great to see him having as much success as he's had. He got these 11,000 subscribers in less than a year, and deservedly so. He puts a lot of time into video production, and just all around great dude, and great to see him having so much success. Next up, we have Empty Box. Empty Box, another great channel. I have followed Empty Box for a long time. He doesn't, from what I can see, there isn't a great focus, I guess iRacing if anything, but he also does a lot of varying content, and is really entertaining. There's a reason he's one of the most popular SimTubers out there. Next up, and rounding out the list of 10 or more votes, is Matt Malone. Matt Malone, another great iRacer, and has brought his wife into things as well. That's kind of cool. If there's one thing sim racing needs, it's, you know, a bit of diversity. It seems to be male dominated. So great to see Matt getting so many votes. He seems like a truly nice guy, and great to see his success as well. So congratulations to Matt. Next up in the 5 or more votes category is whoops, what did I do there? Ferrariman601. For those not aware, Ferrariman601 is actually the reason I started my channel in the first place. He's you know, a tremendously knowledgeable guy and does great sim racing videos. He's a really fast driver when he puts in a good hot lap, and I've always liked the aesthetic of his videos and was very inspired by him early on. So Ferrariman601 is a 5 or more vote getter. Random Callsign, or I think it used to be just Random Callsign, now it's a Random Callsign, but great video. He does editorials and opinion pieces. He's done quite a few about Assetto Corsa Competizione, and Competizione, excuse me, and very opinionated, but at the same time puts a lot of thought into his opinions. He doesn't just spew, and does some live streams as well. You can occasionally catch me in the chat of his live streams. So a Random Callsign is on the list. Next up, we have the SimPit, the great SimPit. So this is my source for sim racing news. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, Sean Cole from the SimPit does a live stream. There's usually over 100 of us in chat. I'm pretty faithful to it. I try and be there every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It's right in the middle of my workday, so I try and time it with a coffee break and jump in for as long as I can. But it's my source for news, and Sean from the SimPit is a genuinely passionate sim racer, and it's great to see him having so much success as well. Next up, Sim Racing Paddock. So William Marsh is old school inside sim racing, has moved on, has done a solo thing, and has had, deservingly so, a tremendous amount of success. He runs regular league races. Currently they're doing the Praga R1 at various tracks. Those are pretty exciting streams. He also gets a lot of hardware reviews. So I noticed a lot of you were looking to buy wheels, pedals, things like that. Make sure you check out Sim Racing Paddock. He does a lot of great reviews of hardware. Next up, Viper Concept. And, you know, 91% of us in the voting wanted to see commentary over our videos. Viper Concept does not. He just does words over his videos, or typed words, I should say, text. I don't know why I didn't say text over his videos, and but he's had a huge amount of success. You can see his subscribers, 103,000. He just recently passed the 100,000 mark after being at this 10 years. So, you know, a long time. He's built up this channel, and he's built a really great product. There's a lot of great driving tips on here, guys, so make sure you check out Viper Concept. Next up, Nicky Team. For those not aware, Nicky Team is a real-life driver. He drives for Aston Martin and participates in some really big-name races, and is a legit driver on and off the sim rig. So he's a little bit wild as well. He's one of the more outgoing personalities in sim racing. Very loud, likes to sing, things like that. But I find it really entertaining. I think he's great, and Nicky continues to have that success. He's actually come back to YouTube. He went away for a while, and I believe was Twitch exclusive, but he's come back to YouTube. So great to have Nicky back. Next up, Mitchie Hoyer. Mitchie is one of the fastest sim racers on the planet. Mitchie is incredibly quick. He could be considered alien level, but he's not in any way an elitist. He's actually decided to sort of help the general public. He teaches sim racing now. So you can see these sim racing academies. So what he does is he jumps in a session with you and coaches you through how to get faster. He does charge a bit of money for it, from what I understand, but the people are having great results. And he also does setup guides. If he's running an iRacing race or R-Factor 2 race, he'll walk you through his setup and just step by step how he gets his car going so fast. It's a great setup, in addition to him being a very talented driver. Next up, Ricky Brooche. Ricky Brooche is a Project Cars 2 centric channel. I really like it. First of all, his thumbnails are beautiful. He does a really great job with that, but he's also a really entertaining guy, a great driver. And I've connected with him a few times on social media, and I was blown away to see that he actually follows me. But he's, you know, one of the biggest in our business, and a really nice guy as well. So happy to see Ricky with his success. Next up, Billy Strange, formerly of Inside Sim Racing. In fact, you can kind of see it here. His old partner there, John Sable, they did a podcast together. Make sure you give that a listen. Billy is, like I said, a former part of Inside Sim Racing. So when I first got into sim racing, ISR, of course, was somewhere where I went for all my information, and I just knew him by name, Billy Strange. Of course, everyone knew him. Now he started his own solo effort, and has been a huge supporter of my channel, which I can't explain why, but always great to see his name in my comments, and I'm a big supporter of his as well. He's a tremendous driver, and possibly the most honest reviewer in sim racing. He's really, really great, and you can catch him with Sean Cole at the Sim Pit on Friday. They do a joint session where they both jump into a video chat along with Brandon Waters and discuss all things sim racing. So Billy Strange, and finally Dan DiMaggio. Dan has recently revamped his channel and made things a little more modern. He's put a lot of effort into production quality and apparently cat videos. But anyway, he's put a lot of effort into his sound quality and video quality, and it's all looking good. And Dan has been a long time sim racer. I think he's had his channel for about 6 years now, and really tremendous guy. We've actually collaborated on a project outside of sim racing, which I hope to show you soon. And great dude, great driver, and has a lot of great opinions that you probably want to watch. Alright guys, so that's going to do it. That's the top 15. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next time.